What is going on, guys? My name is Tefty. Welcome to Dank Talk number 28. We got BlueWestlo
How's it going, ladies and gents?
versus the stream.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about things that are going on around my town, specifically the state fair. You want to talk about the California State Fair? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I hear things get crazy on the rides, man. And also people fry the weirdest things.
It's sketchy.
Fried ice cream?
Dude, fried butter.
Fried ice
like giant turkey legs.
Tempura fried ice cream is actually like super dope, I'm not gonna lie.
I never had fried ice cream before.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
me
like
neither.
it just tastes like pure diabetes. I love it.
The
So what do they do?
diabetes?
They just take the ice. Do they have like ice cream? They just wrap it like around. Like what do they put
Well,
around
it's
it?
like the oh shit, Enderman. Okay, I'm sorry. It's like
You playing Minecraft right now?
no, I'm playing Fortnite.
Fortnite. We call the big laser dudes.
The laser
Endermen.
eye
Oh,
dudes.
those guys are Endermen. That's hilarious. That's great.
But yeah, they literally just like they get the cold ass ice cream and they try to fry it as quickly as possible so that when you chew into the fried part, you also get cold ice cream.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Well, so Destiny 2 has more information out, guys, from IGN. How about that? Last time,
Nice. Some good, some bad.
yeah, it's a kind of a mixed palette, really. It's like, are you into the good news, or are you into kind of
Are you into the
annoyed?
ice cream or the fried part?
Yeah, exactly. So that's a perfect analogy, and why we started with that. We totally planned that and actually scripted it out before this.
Totally scripted.
Totally scripted. So IGN had a first on the Nessus planet. They gave us a glimpse into what patrols are going to look like in the evolution of Destiny 2's experience and endgame potential as well. What do we want to start with on that, Blue? So you and I both watched it, but Versus decided to try to abstain from knowledge, right?
Yeah,
guess
it's
we
like
could-
not knowledge, but it's the thing is, I'd rather have people explain it to me than me watch it because I can get excited off of what people tell me something, but I won't get excited if I've seen it because then when I start playing it, I'm like, oh, I've already seen this. It doesn't feel new to me. So I want it to all feel new, like the same way I got into Destiny 1 and knew nothing of it.
You want that new
kind of
new.
way. Yeah, I want that new. So
Yeah.
you guys have to do like a good job explaining it to me so I can get excited and visualize it in my mind.
Okay, let me stretch real quick. Okay,
Get it in.
All right. So
So
Destiny 2's patrols are looking badass. Gotta
they're
say.
looking really, really good.
So tell
I
me
guess
why.
So to give you like a quick little rundown, they just went over what we're going to be doing in patrols. They went over all the different things we're going to be finding in patrol. Obviously, we have stuff like the lost sectors where we have to find cool dope places. In addition to all these new public events we saw, we actually got like these, I guess you could call them like challenge mode public events where
Heroic public events.
Heroic public events, yes. So if you do certain parameters, they didn't actually go over it, so we don't know exactly what we have to do. But if you complete certain objectives in these public events, then you get a heroic public event.
Yeah, and it spawns the
And-
boss. It'll spawn like
So
a special boss guy for that public event if you get the heroic. Sorry to cut you off, Blue. I just totally took your
No,
train
you
of thought.
got it right. You got it right. As long as we get it right, that's all I care about.
I believe the heroic public events are only available if the destination of the week is that destination. So every week there's going to be like a featured patrol essentially, or a featured destination, and new things are going to be unlocked when it's the featured weekly thing that has technically endgame content.
Isn't that called Flashpoint?
Well, yeah.
Well, I think there's a difference between Flashpoint and heroic, wasn't there?
Was there?
I'm almost 100% certain.
I thought Flashpoints was like, hey, this is, you go to this place.
Flashpoints were where you go to a certain place. They did go over flashpoints as well, by the way, where you go to a certain place during the week and you essentially fight like a Nightfall tier boss. From what they are making it sound like, it looks pretty dope. And the other cool thing is that
Wait,
they
so
said
with
that
the boss they talk about, was it just like a yellow barred version of what we always
it's not
see?
just no. So they also made that a really important point where they talked about how they're completely unique enemies when you do these flashpoints. So if you go to at this area at this flashpoint, you have a totally unique enemy to that flashpoint.
Well, I hope like in Destiny 1, a unique enemy can be enemy
Just
like
with a
different
name
colored
over
armor.
it, yeah.
Yeah, that happened quite a bit.
It could be anything. I'm hoping that we actually get some like every planet has like a set of its own unique enemies. When they talked about monsters a couple months ago, I was hoping we actually got like unique monsters, like we fight like this giant Tyrannosaurus Rex or some shit, like Space
That'd be
Siva
awesome.
Rex.
Siva Rex,
But
yeah.
from watching it, I was a little disappointed because it seems like it's just basically you get like a cool strike boss.
Right. Well,
At least it's cool, right?
the thing that I want to know from these guys though is that is there specific loot tied to it? Because if it's just going to be some rares and legendaries, I'm going to be like, yeah, I mean random legendaries, then it's not going to have the type of appeal in the long run. But if there's a specific type of item, like whether it be armor or weapons or some sort of class item that you can only get from that particular boss or that particular patrol boss, then I'm going to be excited about farming that in the future to be like, oh, I need one of these. Here's where I'm going to go and to farm this guy. And it happens to be the weekly featured whatever, that you'll spawn on. So what I thought actually was that heroic public events actually spawn because of the weekly destination. I could be wrong. So that's what I thought. That's what I thought I pulled out of the video.
Well, I mean, you are right in that they did go over. You do have to complete a public event to get the flashpoint, basically.
True.
So
yeah, it was like a number of them, like 5 or something.
Yeah. So with that being said, I mean, flashpoints look super, super dope, and I'm excited for them. I mean, it looked really cool. It seems like Patrol is a lot more fleshed out. I'm hoping public events are a little more fleshed out. I hope we have like a lot of different public events to do, and I hope that. I think the biggest, most important thing is loot and difficulty. I think that's the only thing that's actually going to keep people coming back to patrols. And we kind of almost got it right with the Plague Lands, how they were basically a high-level patrol, which was cool, but just like anything else in the game, that completely fell off because we got raids, we got the strikes, we got nightfalls, and obviously patrol. There's no reason to go into patrol after you finish everything in patrol.
Yeah, that's Destiny 1's biggest problem.
Destiny 1's biggest problem, so I'm hoping we get maybe like scaled higher light level patrols to actually to make public events more challenging, and obviously the people who actually do these high level patrols get the appropriate loot to give them a reason to go into patrol. Right now it seems like the only reason to go into patrol is the flashpoints every week.
Well, yeah, there's going to be like adventures too, and I don't know. Do they say
well as adventures? Yeah.
Do they say adventures were going to be repeatable?
I don't think they went over that. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't quite remember. It's possible you could just repeat them. It's possible it could be on a weekly refresh. We don't really know, but apparently you'll.
All right, so Tefty, hit us with what adventures are.
Okay, so you're gonna walk up in the patrol area, and you're gonna discover an adventure, and then it's gonna say you want to start this, and you basically just start it up right there, and you do a couple like. You'll end up doing some like mini quest type of stuff, like collect a few items, but then it'll eventually lead you to an area that you go and fight a boss essentially and then get a reward for. And you can do it with friends or do it solo in that area, which is, it's great. It's like mini questing. It's kind of like how some of the quests in Destiny 1 were, where you go to a destination and then you have to collect things and then do the mission. It's almost like they put that type of quest inside patrols as like, these are these side quests that we have that you can do to get more loot while patrolling, because there's a lot more things that you can do in patrol in general now. And they also said that you're going to unlock landing zones throughout the patrol as you branch out and get more information about the area.
That actually sounded really cool, because that was something that was told to me while I was streaming, and the idea of actually getting landing zones makes it feel like it's going to be a big world. Like, it's not just how we normally patrol. We go into that same spot and we just go from there. Like, no, like that makes me believe, someone who has not watched this, someone who's looking forward to it, that's to make me believe that these worlds are way bigger than Destiny 1, right? Like,
seems like
why give us multiple spawn points? And I'm hoping they don't just do like something small and be like, oh, you can just spawn in those specific areas. That to me would be a huge cop out, and I'd be very upset about that.
So another really cool thing, not just expanding on the sides of the maps, adventures also expand on, I guess, the lore of the area.
Yeah.
Because they made it a really big point that adventures kind of explain what is going on and how why this place is in the state it is in, why we have these Vex fighting, why we have these Cabal fighting, yada, 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 all that good stuff. So that also intrigues me a lot, because it's a lot of world building, and there's more to a world than how big it is. Because, I mean, we got some fairly large spaces in Destiny 1, with areas to patrol, but there's a whole lot of nothing to do in them.
Yep.
Like Venus is a big one. Venus is a giant place to explore. So I mean, it's not giant, but it is when you think about it, it is a pretty big place to poke around.
Mhm.
But there's nothing in it. There's nothing that makes you wonder, like, oh, why am I here? Like, oh, what am I doing? Like, oh, this place is so cool. And I feel like from what we are seeing with this patrol video, Nessa seems really, really big, which is really cool. There's a lot of different spaces to go, but I think adventures are going to help make the world feel a lot bigger in the sense of how it explains what's going on in the area.
Yeah, they definitely emphasize that you're going to be discovering all of the story and lore inside the game this time around. And there's going to be an obvious campaign, but then it seems like these destinations are going to fill in all the spaces in between and give you that information as to why the place is the way it is. Like they said, that failsafe is going to get explained both in the story, but then also in those patrols, essentially, or the adventures and all that.
Yeah, so it's going to be cool to see that adventures as well as lost sectors are kind of going to expand on a lot of how the world works.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we're also getting world quests that they also kind of talked about a little bit that are based like expansions on adventures, I'm assuming, is what we're getting.
Yeah, that's right. I vaguely remember this, wasn't it? It ties the entire destination into basically a main quest style, but it's still a side quest for the destination.
Wait, so explain that a bit. What exactly is that?
So they're going to have, it'll unlock, and it's going to be the world quest, just like Blue said. And you're basically going to go through a deeper quest that's specific to the destination. That's not the main campaign. So it's going to be like campaign level content, but it's going to be tying the whole destination together. So they're like essentially like 4 world quests,
So the way they actually like pretty much word it is that adventures are like really small bite-sized stories, and world quests are big expansions of like these adventures where adventures kind of do talk about the story of the area, and world quests really go a lot deeper into why we're here or what's going on and all that good stuff that we kind of talked about with adventures. Yeah. It's just bigger versions of adventures, and like Tefty said, it seems like they're like campaign level versions of adventures, which would be really, really cool. And I mean, all this stuff together makes a much bigger experience than patrols ever were in Destiny 1.
Yep.
Because in Destiny 1, we literally got public events.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know for sure if it's just one world quest per destination. I just assume that
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, I assume that they're going to give one arcing world quest when you get to that destination, or unlock all of its landing zones or something. So that's what I assume. I could be completely wrong.
Potentially, yeah. I think so. I think either way would be cool if we have multiple world quests, or if we had one overarching world quest that really that ties everything together of the patrol area that we're basically going through. So
and they also said that they didn't tell us everything as well, which makes me excited because
as usual, which is good.
This is already way more than what we have in Destiny 1 in terms of destination / patrols. So the fact that it's not the full experience, because it's already a lot, is very exciting. The biggest issue with Destiny 1 Patrol is that once you're done leveling and getting XP, there's very little reason to actually go to patrols anymore. And I will say I am worried about Destiny's endgame, Destiny 2's endgame, because of the fact, like we've seen in the beta, that the nodes are very reduced, both in guns and in armor. And I don't know if actually leveling in XP is actually going to matter. Yeah, I mean, obviously level is going to matter because you're going to level up to 20 and all that, and also light level. Yeah. But I don't know if XP is actually going to play a role anymore inside of Destiny. Like, it seems like you might just get a piece of gear and either it's really close to being leveled up or it's already leveled up. So if they take that component out of it, then they got to replace something in there that we can grind towards for the end game.
And I am still hoping that there is, especially with the flashpoints, that we are going to be getting more loot that is relevant to end game.
Yeah,
because
they said nightfall level.
They said nightfall level, but
hopefully
I think we all know how relevant nightfall
13
rewards are in D1.
Yeah, let's hope that it's like year 1 nightfall relevant.
Yeah, let's hope it's year 1 Nightfall relevant, not year 2 and 3 Nightfall, because Nightfall is really not relevant to endgame anymore.
Yeah, it's become a joke at this point. Be like, oh,
It's a joke. It's a joke, bro.
It's just a
Did they
joke.
confirm if items like not strange coins, 3-up coins is returning?
I don't know.
From everything that they've been doing with this game, I can assume that hell no.
You think?
It's. I feel like
If it's not gone, I'll be upset.
Me too.
I hope it's gone. I really do, because man, Destiny 1 just like made exotics a joke. Exotics used to be something that were really cool, and then we just kind of threw them in the grinder. Which, speaking of making exotics a joke,
Coldheart, guys, if you pre-order Destiny 2 on any platform, you're gonna get yourself a nice crispy exotic. It's called the Coldheart.
Okay, Coldheart looks dope. Let's go over like what it looks like and everything first, because it's a really cool gun. It's a laser beam. It's a Zarya laser. Have you seen it?
Zarya.
Yeah, I've seen it, and they announced the Coldheart back at E3. I remember the Big Show holding it during the little thing Jeff Kelly had, and they also had that sniper during E3 that we saw. So I just didn't expect it to be a pre-order thing, like a PSN exclusive, like PlayStation exclusive, and that one, the Coldheart being the pre-order exclusive thing. So that I don't have a lot to say. I have a lot of feelings. I don't know how to put them into words. So I have my good bud BlueWestlo here to explain the feelings of many.
All right, Coldheart, exotic, awesome, looks dope. It is what is it? It's
an energy weapon.
No. They called it a T rifle. What's it called? Trace rifle, right?
Yes.
So they call it a trace rifle, right? It's a totally new type of weapon that's not in the game besides that one. They said that's going to be the only trace rifle that you get in Destiny 2. They said it could be potential future type of weapon. Who really knows? Depending on how people like it or don't like it or whatever. I guess they're looking for feedback on it, because it's a totally unique weapon. It's an exotic. It feels exotic. Isn't that awesome? Doesn't sound awesome, guys?
Dude, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, cool. Here we go. Isn't that so cool that you get a totally unique gun, kind of like how the Queen Breakers was unique, or the Lord of Wolves was unique, or the Drake's Promise was unique, and they're like, they don't even have to have exotic perks to like know that they're exotic, like they're unique. Well, check this out, guys. Cold Fusion, you get it for free when you pre-order Destiny 2. You see this cool loot that you could work for, and you see, wow, look at this cold rifle that I didn't expect this to be in the game. Oh my god, my friends would see it and they'd be like, holy shit, this is Destiny 2. Look at this loot that I just got. Remember in year 1, guys, when we would get really cool loot and we'd show it off to our friends, and our friends would be, holy shit, where'd you get that? They'd be like, I got it from this. I did it from the Nightfall. Oh, well, I got it from doing the raid. Well, guess what? With Coldheart, you're not going to get that because you get it through pre-order.
Yep.
And it makes me, like, the exact reason is why I'm sad about it. They could have given us, instead of a gun, they should have given us like cool pre-order weapon mod skins, like shaders for our guns, right? They could have like, at GameStop you get a red shader, at Best Buy you get a blue, stuff like that. Like, but giving us an exotic for the exact reason of I could have been rolling around like, oh my god, look at this gun, and I'm shooting it like Zarya, and everyone's going crazy. That's gone now, because now every single person is going to be shooting around like Zarya, and it's not going to be PogChamp worthy. It's not going to be exciting anymore after the first like few minutes of using it, you know what I mean? Yep. And so it's like, it's that loses the whole thing. And it's like, Bungie, you took so many steps forward, and now with this pre-order exclusive, it's like, what are you doing? Like,
it makes me like a little worried while hopeful at the same time, because this gun design's dope, and I'm excited to see what other exotics we get, because if we even get like 2 or 3 other exotics that are like Coldheart, where how unique they are, it's like, that'd be so sick. Mm-hmm. But I really hope they don't give it to us for free. Doing the pre-order at GameStop. I hope we don't get that.
Well, or just
ruined it for me.
Or just, I don't want to get at something that level of design from finishing the main quest.
It's upsetting because it's such a cool weapon, and there's clearly a lot of passion that went into it. If you watched, the people talking about it, it was like, dude, like this gun is so cool. Like we had so much fun making it. Like we put so much work into this gun. Yeah, we put so much work into it, so we figured you guys shouldn't put work into getting it either.
Do you think they're doing this because maybe pre-order numbers are lower than expected? So
no,
they have to
definitely not.
They don't seem worried about pre-orders at all. And I know I'm not supposed to be like talking about pre-orders because I know people don't like talking about it. But if you were to, and VG charts isn't the most reliable. If you look at VG charts, like Destiny's like on pace with Call of Duty World War II. So it's like I'm pretty sure Bungie's not worried about pre-order numbers if they're toe-to-toe with Call of Duty guys.
The other thing, too, is that they wouldn't actually launch a pre-order bonus campaign like this late in the game. Be like, suddenly, let's give away this exotic. They were definitely planning on this for, 4-6 months, whatever, with Activision. Activision was probably like, hey, we need something to give away in the game for pre-order bonus.
Again, to keep in mind, like I said, VG Charts is not even the most reliable. It doesn't take into account digital pre-orders. It doesn't take into account the fact that people have undoubtedly pre-ordered through the Blizzard app. So we don't know the exact numbers. But if you were to go by those extremely vague numbers on any pre-order number site, you would know Bungie's probably not that worried.
No, not at all.
So I guess it's probably me saying that shit's debunked, and can we please stop saying, wow, Bungie's worried about pre-order numbers, because
here's a free exotic.
That's not the case.
As if that's actually going to make somebody pre-order getting a free exotic.
Yeah, that's not going to, as if that's going to make like new people get into the game. Like new people see this, like, what the hell is an exotic? Like, I don't know, what the hell is that? This Coldheart is obviously for the people who are already know what's going on in Destiny, which is exactly why they should know we don't want an exotic through pre-order.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's even, I was worried about the Iron Galahorn when I got it, but even then, like, that wasn't that bad, because it was like, we've already gotten the Galahorn before, and with the way exotics worked, because we got Galahorn in year 1, I mean, we can get it in year 2 and 3, whatever you want to call it. With the Coldheart, it's like, here's this totally new weapon. And I really hope that we don't just get it for free. I really hope that we have to go through a quest to get this gun. Even if we were to go through a quest to get this gun, I'm still disappointed, because that's still a gun that's like, you could have just put that gun out in the open, or you could have even had that quest be totally random. And you say, what the hell is this quest for this new exotic? You go through it and you say, holy shit, I got this crazy new gun that I've never seen before. I've never used this type of gun in Destiny before. That would have been super insane.
Let's say
Reddit would have blown up. Dad would have made a YouTube video on it. Would have got 1 million views, and Dad would have been swimming in that YouTube cache. And Dad would have been like, "Wow, guys, the Coldheart is so lit." And then Tefty would have made a video, and Tefty would have been putting it on his channel, and like he'd be like, "Yeah, guys, so I got this footage of the new Coldheart rifle for Destiny Community Podcast," and the chat would have been like, "Wow, I've never seen that before. That's insane." And then Holtzman would have been pissed, and Pope Bear would have talked about how much he loved it, and then Ab and me and Tefty would have been talking about it on the Dank Talk podcast. Like, you guys see that new Coldheart fusion rifle? It's so cool. We've never seen anything like it, but we're not going to get that anymore, Bungie.
Not anymore.
We're not going to get that.
So
I'm more
hopefully,
excited for the PlayStation exclusive ship than I am for that gun at this point.
yeah, I'm excited about the gun. It's just the biggest worry that I have is that the endgame loot is going to be really accessible. Like, I mean, it needs to be accessible, obviously, but I don't want it to be just freely given. So I'm a little worried.
I don't want it to be Destiny 1, here, thanks for playing, have a participation badge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with a few things so people don't feel like they're pigeonholed into not having a certain weapon to complete activities. I don't want that to happen, but I do want stuff that's searchable, or like I want to go through the feeling of wanting to get something and hoping I get it from endgame activities.
100%.
And it's a little worrying. I will, not gonna lie, a little worried about that.
It's very worrying, and I don't know like what audience they thought they were going to get by announcing this as a pre-order bonus, to be honest, because all the people who were going to pre-order Destiny already did it, and all the people who would have been excited for seeing this Coldheart reveal would be the people who have probably already pre-ordered the game anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. I don't understand like what Bungie thinks they're getting by announcing it, because truthfully, from my perspective, my limited knowledge of marketing and pre-order bonuses for games, it just doesn't seem like there was. It seemed like a big cherry on top for people who do not consider this type of thing a cherry on top.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yep. Well, it happened. It's out there. We're gonna get Coldheart if you pre-ordered, and if you didn't pre-order, you're gonna get it after December 6th, I believe, was the date. Which also leads to some speculation that there's going to be a DLC on the 6th or afterwards.
Downloadable content too.
Yeah, there's that speculation that's going on. That would fall in line with Destiny 1's pace. Would year one, the Dark Below dropped December 9th, I believe. So
that's a positive, Captain.
Yeah, I don't know. Then maybe they're trying to get back to year one, Destiny 1 year one level of content release, which I'd be happy about so long as it's more fleshed out.
I think fleshed out would be
for a raid.
Perfect. Like, I don't know. We still know what to expect from the raids. We can always hypothesize and like create theories about them, but I don't know. I'm not sure how. I can't really think of how I'd want the DLC to be handled. I'd like constant content, but if that's to be at the sacrifice of, how can I say, like
quality,
volume of the content, I guess, like the quality and how much is in that content. I don't know. Like, I'd rather not have another of like a Crota DLC,
Oh yeah, true. I agree. There was more loot though that was added.
It's going to be interesting how they approach it because we don't know exactly what they're going to approach it as. We don't know how we're going to get content updates because they did talk about how they really want to do more than just these big DLCs. They want to do DLCs, not even DLCs, events that really add content to the game, kind of like how we have in year 3. Where we have these random events that come up every once in a while, even though there was very hit or miss. Those events were very, very, very hit or miss. Obviously, people loved stuff like Age of Triumph. Like that was incredible. We also got really good updates, like the Halloween updates. Everyone loved those. We got the I can't even remember what it was called. It was around Christmas.
SRL.
It was not SRL.
Dawning.
Dawning.
Yeah.
There you go. The Dawning. That was also a really good one. We also got a couple of not so good ones, Crimson Days. So that's what I assumed they were going to kind of go through with in addition to these larger DLCs, but we just don't know.
We just don't know, yeah.
And they have so many studios working on this game right now that it's like I can't imagine us not having a more consistent content schedule.
Yeah. They've openly said many times they want to make sure that they can actually... The CEO of Activision was like, hey, we're going to be more capable of delivering content for the need of Destiny.
Yeah, and what does that mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope it means what we all want it to mean.
Hopefully it means that we don't have a Sahara-level content drought like we did in 2016, right?
Hopefully. I mean, it's so hard to look into it because at this point it's just been a bunch of words.
Yep, exactly.
There's never been any like confirmation. There's never been like proof of like, hey, like this is why it's going to be so much easier for us to do things in Destiny 2. It's literally just been, hey guys, trust us. It's going to be easier for us to do the stuff.
Yeah.
So all we can do is take their word for it.
Yep. So moving on, we've got the dates for the PC beta, guys.
I'm excited for it. I have people who aren't excited for it. And I'm like, why? They're like, oh, because I don't want to like do the same thing over again. I'm like, it's not even about that. Like, even if I only play the PC beta for one day, I just want to get my hands on a 60 FPS plus version of Destiny 2. Like I want that PC version. Like
it's gonna be so nice.
I'll probably play Destiny 2 beta longer on PC than I did on PS4. I
100%.
played like 2 days of it, and my third day of it was like a couple of hours, and I felt like I got everything I wanted from it. But on PC, I'm expecting to have way more fun with it. Like it's like a new experience. Having like playing with mouse and keyboard.
It is a new experience. Yeah, it feels like a different Destiny, and that was the biggest thing that I took away from the Dre build was I was like, wow, PC Destiny is a new experience. It's
100% new.
And I want to get used to that. I want to get ready for it. And so when Destiny 2 comes out on PC, I don't sit there looking like a noob. Like I know what I'm doing, and it's like I'm comfortable with it.
The specs are also surprisingly very manageable for the modern.
They're very good.
They're very, very easy to acquire. I know a lot of people were worried that they would need these crazy monster rigs to run Destiny.
And the reason why I thought that is because there's a lot of people who ran their mouth and made them believe
a whole lot of
so much money for it.
Yeah.
The truth
That's like
of the matter,
$600 rig, right? Like $600-$700 max.
Easily to get 1080p 60 FPS.
Yeah, if you wanted to run Destiny 2 on recommended settings, it would probably be. I mean, if we're being realistic on people who if you're gonna build your PC, it'd probably be like $700, $800 rig.
And that's then. By the time Destiny 2 does come out, prices are gonna be even lower because like PC parts go down all the time. And there, you know for a fact they're gonna have deals and stuff. There's people like places like Micro Center, you can get your CPUs for $30 to $50, even $60 cheaper than online. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Check your stores that don't get your parts from one place. And like just compare them because you can find parts really, really cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Overall, I was excited at how accessible the settings were. And then it seems like a lot of people were expecting that they would have to do like crazy upgrades for their computer. But if you look at the Destiny 2 Ultra settings, on the high settings, it's probably like the same computer that I think most of us are already running with i7s and 1060s, 1070s.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's nice. I was hoping to like want to build a monster rig to get like this crazy like next gen PS6 experience, but I think this is a good place, and especially considering how easy it is to, or not how easy it is, how easy it is for the devs to better optimize a game to work, especially with like the parts on the PC. I think we're gonna get a lot out of Destiny 2 on PC.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though the requirements are not like, it's not like the equivalent of like back in the day, like, okay, can your PC run Crysis, bro? Like,
oh yeah, it's not going to be a visual benchmark. That's for sure. I mean, it's going to look beautiful, but it's not going to be one of those groundbreaking visual experiences. They want it to run on most systems by the looks of it. But
dude, the 60 FPS alone is going to be fuego.
High frame rates are incredible. They really are, and
high frame rates improve graphics.
They do, yeah, and the visual...
They don't actually, but visually it's there, and visually it makes a gigantic difference on how you perceive the game.
Oh, it's the aesthetics. It's visually pleasing.
Aesthetic.
Yeah. When you guys see the PC version, it's like it really is next level. It's going to be great. We got to play it at 4K 60 FPS, and it was apparently medium to high settings, higher settings.
Which makes sense for 4K because 4K is very CPU intensive.
Yeah, well, GPU intensive.
GPU.
Yeah.
CPU
intensive is
streaming wise. As a streamer, it's crazy because OBS was trying to do some weird things. This is coming from someone who has a 4K monitor, and sometimes my PC games don't know what to do because it's like I'm trying to stream in 1080p, but the game wants to for a second go 4K, and it goes crazy.
All that down cycling, yeah.
That shit cray.
Yo, what cray? It's good. It's exciting, guys. So the 28th is pre-orders, and then the 29th is public, and then it's going to be it ends on the 31st of August. So we have a nice 4-day experience right there, end of August, before Destiny 2 hits 6 days later.
I think that's another reason why I'm looking forward to it. Like, I don't have to feel like I have to play it for an entire week. Since it's here for a short amount of time, and we're playing on PC, it's going to feel more like I guess, I don't say it's in a bad way, I just say it for like a personal way. It's going to be a more quality experience to me. It's like a short amount of time with more quality, I guess. Yeah, so it makes me excited for it.
The biggest issue that I foresee is that if they don't actually change tick rate and certain netcode things, 60 FPS plus and also wide field of views it's
not going to matter.
Really like exasperates the problems that those low tick rates have in it. Like, it's going to be so obvious seeing stuff. You'll be like, I clearly shot that person and it didn't happen.
Yeah, and they also kept reassuring us that they're treating it like a completely different thing, though. So they're actually balancing the completely different from console. So I'm hoping that they stay true to this and they don't treat it like it's on console. Like, they know people are playing at 60 FPS, people are playing at 120, people are playing at 300 if the rig can hold it. So I mean, hopefully that helps with the whole tick rate, and it's close to what games we're used to these days, like Overwatch and stuff.
But they haven't said anything about networking in terms of those conditions. It's only been like balance of weapons. Sketchy. Yeah, so. Yeah, the PC community is going to roast the game if it has the type of tick rate. I mean, it's already going to get roasted being peer to peer. Like,
I mean, even in the beta, I think we've all had those experiences where I think we all knew that hit registration was a little off in general, and I'm sure we all had those moments in the beta where we knew we hit a shot from like far as hell away, but because of how weird the tick rate and how weird the hit reg was in the beta, it'd be like, what? Chat, did you see that? Chat, you saw that, right? Chat, come on. So in PC, the PC beta, if we have the exact same hit registration issues and tick rate, like Tefty said, it is under a way bigger magnifying glass
Mhm.
on PC than it is on console. It is going to be so much easier to notice all of these little issues that
Yep.
aren't like the biggest, most gigantic problems on console. They're there, but on PC, they're going to go from small problems to very, very big problems
Yeah.
very quickly because PC communities are very
Very vocal.
very anal about the quality of their games. I guess that's how I want to say it.
At 100,
Very,
Do you
at
think-
140 FPS, it is very obvious when that stuff is not working. Very obvious.
Do you guys think we'll be playing? You know how they talked about how they've already been playing a version past the beta that's already updated to what we've been wanting.
Mhm.
Do you think the PC beta will have those changes,
I don't know. I do know that
or is it like its own ball field, like it's
we
its
could-
own like meta and everything, like its own settings?
We could be even getting a build that's even older because of how the PC team has been developing it. So I don't know.
That's possible.
We could get like something that's very up to date because of whatever, or we could be getting something that's like 6 months old. Who knows?
Hmm. I don't know. It's tough to say.
It really just depends on.
We're gonna know
on
in a
how-
month.
It depends on how close the PC team is to. I guess what the main team is dictating what should be done and shouldn't be done. So
Well, everything that I've seen and played so far makes me very excited for it. So I will say that. But I do have concerns. Specifically netcode concerns. But hey, For Honor suddenly has dedicated servers, guys. So it's possible.
Lol, I read that.
Lol,
I
indeed.
read that. Are you kidding me? After all these months after launch, you're like, you know what? We're working on dedicated servers, guys. Like, everyone's gone. The only people who are still playing are the lawbringers. What were they called? The lawbringers? What's their name? The ones with the daggers and stuff. Whatever their names are.
Oh yeah,
There's
it's not Lawbringer.
There's only like 3 people playing it.
it's kind of
and
nuts.
It's like what?
It's nuts at how much success For Honor could have had on Twitch.
Yeah,
Like
if
it's
they
actually
had
scary.
dedicated servers.
Dedicated
quit that
servers
game.
sometimes can just change lives, but it can also be done
Actually-
poorly.
it is pretty upsetting, but it's like that's also something I don't want to happen to. Oh, geez, hold on. It's also something that could happen to Destiny.
Yeah, exactly. On the PC community.
The PC community just gives up on it. The console community is always going to be there. Like, shout out console community. You guys are like hardcore, like loyal day oneers. Y'all
thoughts.
loyal. Y'all know that.
Dude,
Y'all loyal.
Console
Y'all loyal.
community is loyal, but also
But like,
console community
if
is willing to
PC
put up with a lot more.
Yep.
and yeah, with PC, there's so much choice on this platform that if you mess up once, that might be it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas on console, it's like, I know we're all going to be playing Destiny 2 for years to come. There's no doubt about that. Even if this game sucks, we know we're going to be playing it because we love what the game still could be, and we love that there really is nothing else quite like Destiny right now.
Yeah.
However, on PC, if someone says, wow, this game sucks ass, people are just going to drop ship, and they'll be like, I don't need to play this stupid game, even though there's nothing like it. I don't give a shit. Who cares? I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. We'll see. It's really funny that For Honor is bringing dedicated servers.
That
It was late. I was like,
Okay.
really?
I was like, you guys should just shut this down and just bring it for the second game.
Was it 6 months? 6 months later, they're like,
sounds about right.
they're like, listen, we finally heard you guys. We didn't hear you in the beginning, but later on, we're like, I think they're saying something that's accurate.
we started to realize we're no longer making money, so we're gonna have to do what you guys want.
Yeah, we're gonna have to actually give you dedicated service. So that's hilarious. It does say that a company that had really dug into peer-to-peer and then also realized that it's just not a good experience for an online multiplayer experience says, okay, let's switch it over to dedicated servers. It gives me hope that maybe, just possibly, there could be an update in the future for Destiny that says, for these competitive modes, we are going to host them on a dedicated server. Like, I would...
It's possible, obviously. They just
Yeah.
proved that, hey, we can bring this in late to the game. Like, it's possible. So I would refuse to take any excuse. If like Bungie ever hits us with we can't do it because of this, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. For
No.
Honor did it. Look, For Honor did it.
Yeah, and they've got some crazy hybrid peer-to-peer experience that they were like, this is incredible what we've been able to do with all this. And it's like, well, the game played like crap when the network it took a dump. So
Mhm.
let's be honest. Your peer-to-peer magic stuff isn't going to work. Yeah.
They hide the red bars and think it's okay. Like everything works perfectly fine.
Yeah, that was definitely lame, honestly. Hide the red bars and then make your ghost go back to where the game thought you died when on your screen you were way off to the side. But I think that's it for Destiny 2 discussion, right?
Sounds about right. Sounds like with all the stuff that came this past week.
Yeah. I hope we didn't forget anything. We have to talk about Fortnite.
We have to, because I am extremely addicted to this game, and I haven't been this into a game in so long. And I know Blue played a little bit, like a small amount of the closed alpha.
I played a lot.
We played a lot, so we both put a pretty nice amount of time into the closed alpha, but we couldn't stream it. We couldn't make videos. We couldn't stream it or nothing. So it wasn't. I didn't want to go too far into the game because I wanted to experience it like with everyone else. But now that I can stream it and actually play it, I've been putting in 10 to 12 hours a day easy.
It's so fun.
This game is so fun, and like I love it. I love it.
I'm so happy that we get to play Fortnite in August, leading up to Destiny 2.
It's the perfect time, right? Like
Yeah.
it's the perfect time because it gives us what we want, right? We're waiting for a looter show, we're waiting for Destiny 2, and it's a game that I first was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna play this until Destiny 2 comes out. But now I'm playing it, I'm like, when Destiny 2 comes out, I'm still gonna play this game. Like, this game is of its own.
Yeah,
like,
it's an awesome game.
I'm gonna keep coming back to it. I'm gonna keep checking up on it. I'm looking forward to this next 6 months of their updates and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really one of a kind. They mix so many different genres, and I've had people come into my chat constantly. Hey, what can you compare this to? What is this game about? What's the genre? And you can't just call it a castle defense, because it's not just that. You can't call it an RPG. It's not just that. It's not just a looter shooter. It's so many things in one that they mesh together so well. It's its own.
Yeah,
like,
it really
Fortnite
is
its own.
Yeah, I've been having a great time playing it. Been having a great time streaming it too. It's just it's a nice like take on a game, multiple games. And even though you could play it for like 4 hours, and technically on paper you don't really get that far, like in terms of questing and all that. You could not really get that far in that 4 hours, but you actually feel rewarded, like you've been doing things, because there's so many different systems with like the XP mechanics, leveling mechanics, like evolution of the different weapons and
recycling.
Yeah, placing survivors in various locations, trying to get your power level up and all that. Good. It brings all these elements together to where after a 4-hour session, you feel accomplished, even though in the game you didn't actually get very far.
Yeah, and it's a rewarding thing. Like you're not far in terms, like you said, on paper, like in terms of quests, but you're far in terms of what your goal was, right? So it's like, today I want to go and get pure drops of rain. I want to get this so I can level up a gun or evolve a hero. And when you do that, it's like, hey, I didn't complete my main quest, but I helped my friends complete some storm shield defenses in the process of getting llamas and getting V-Bucks, completing challenges, daily quests. That it feels really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't stop playing this game. I can't stop telling people about this game. Like, I did not think I was gonna get this in love with it, because it was announced back in 2011,
dude.
I believe.
I thought it was in development hell.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And they showed it again, I think in 2014 or 2015, and then it still looked similar to what we have today, but still there were like a lot of differences in it. And it's good to see it that's finally out. Like, it's not in development hell. These past 2 years have definitely been really interesting with games that have been in development for a long time.
Yeah, it's out and it's really good. Like, it's a lot of people are picking it up and going, oh wow, I just spent so much time playing this game. It's crazy. And I will say it is confusing right now, and the developers have acknowledged that it's confusing, and they are working on trying to fix that stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, the developers are very open in talking about this stuff. They want feedback. They want progression feedback. They legitimately want to know what we think and how we're feeling about the experience. So that gives you some warm fuzzies. I also want to point out that it's technically early access, but it's the full game essentially, because they have all the stuff in there, and they're tuning the actual leveling and how things drop and all that. So
they're also still adding stuff. It's like Paragon. For people who know what Paragon is, Paragon launched in early access. We had to pay for access and stuff like that, and then later on came free to play. This is going free to play next year, but if you're interested in the slightest, I say don't wait. There's different versions of the game you can get. Yep. And just to point this out, neither of us, me, Tefty, nor Blue, are being paid to talk about this game.
Zero money.
Blessed it out. Like, we used our money. We got into the game. Like, we love the game genuinely. Yeah. And we want more people to play it, because it's really, really, really good. And like Tefty said, it is confusing, because when you first look at the menus, it's just all these menus, right? The menus don't look very inviting. They don't tell you a lot. But once you figure things out, once you figure out how to apply your squads and how that affects your level system, and recycling the right things, investing in the collection book early on, because it does give you some good upgrades and V-Bucks. it's really cool. And the game they love giving us money because it costs money to get V-Bucks. V-Bucks are used just for llamas. There is no pay to win.
There's no pay to win.
Loot. There's no pay to win, and the game gives it to you. Like, instead of paying for V-Bucks, the game gives you all these ways of acquiring V-Bucks. So it's like they're paying you to play the game.
So this brings up an interesting point. I agree with everything you guys are saying. Fortnite still also has loot problems in the same way Destiny or any other looter shooter would have loot problems. I know
they've acknowledged that too. They've acknowledged it.
They've acknowledged that llamas really are the only way to get loot in this game. Valuable loot. Llamas are the loot. The only issue is that the llama system is fundamentally flawed because you can pay for your llamas, and llamas give you everything. So in the game, you get a lot of stuff to get you through. You get mini llamas, you'll get upgrade llamas. At a certain point, you stop getting V-Bucks, and it becomes exponentially harder to just farm these llamas. Without putting money into the game. So a lot of people felt that at a certain point, it becomes not pay to win, but pay to progress. So
that's reasonable.
Just about every game, they have loot problems. I think Fortnite's loot problem is a lot easier to fix, which is why I like Fortnite so much. It's a lot easier to say, okay, well, instead of just like at a certain point, stop giving you V-Bucks or llamas, why don't we just, put like daily missions where this daily mission gives you 25 V-Bucks and you have up to 4 daily missions a day, so you guaranteed 1 upgrade llama a day, so
yeah, that'd actually be a very good way to do it. I like that idea.
Yeah, they've got that too, like daily quests have V-Bucks.
Yeah, they do. Some of them give you 50 V-Bucks.
Yeah, so maybe having those daily missions be a little more consistent of 4 of these. If you do like these 4 daily missions, you will be guaranteed 100 V-Bucks or something like that. So and Fortnite's loot issues are a lot easier to fix than anything else, and I really like Fortnite, and I really like what it does.
It's fun.
There's a couple like quality of life things I really don't like. Like, I really don't like the user interface. I think it's not bueno, but I mean,
I'm glad they're changing it. They are updating it, they said.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, the core gameplay is really, really good. Everything like the box holding the package is a very bad box, but the present that's inside the box is like such a good present that you can ignore all the bad stuff.
It's got such a good gameplay loop. I really dig it. A lot of people have been asking too. They'll say, okay, so is this free to play? And all that. And like Ab said, it's going to be free to play in 2018. Right now, you have to pay early access. So if you want to get in on it, the lowest you can pay is $40 to get access.
Unless you played Paragon founder. If you're a founder of Paragon, you can actually get in for $20, which I found out like a couple of days ago.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
So if you're a founder of Paragon, you can get in for $20. If you play the closed alpha, you also can get in for $20.
Nice.
And there is hidden crossplay, which they didn't promote because I think it's like an accidental thing, or maybe they knew about it, but it wasn't such a easy thing to do, or nor is it very open, that they didn't really want to promote it until they got something very solidified like Paragon. But you can't do crossplay. There is cross save between PS4 and PC. I think someone's at Xbox as well. But as long as you have an Epic
Xbox
account,
does not have crossplay.
Yeah, Xbox is all on its own, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's PS4.
No, people are actually confirming. I've had people confirming that the Xbox does have it. Supposedly have you can put your Epic account. There's people who've been trying it don't have Epic accounts.
Oh, wait. So you can actually play the PC version, and you can play the Xbox version, but it's not the accounts, I believe, don't cross at all. Like, you can't bring your
accounts don't cross.
Yeah, you can't bring your account over there, and you can't play with people on Xbox and PC. Whereas on PS4, when you log on your PS4, it's the same account as on your PC, and you can play with people.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, on so PS4, the way it works is if Tefty was on PlayStation, as long as he has me added on Epic, he'll see me online on my Epic account versus a PSN friend, because PSN automatically looks for your PSN friends. And the way, like, as long as I can join him, if I see him online, I can join him, but he won't be able to join me, because for him, he's looking for my PSN. For me, I'm looking for other Epic accounts.
Yeah.
So it's a really complicated way of doing it. It's just the way it has to be done is the PC player has to join the console player. But it's still cool. Like, if you have friends that have a console who are interested in the game, but you only have PC or vice versa, you guys can still play together, and it's still a good experience. And to be non-biased, console, I played it on PS4 Pro already. Console does have a lot of frame rate issues. So you have 30 FPS with frequent dips, but PC runs so well. Like the PC version is
pretty good.
For my recommendation, I would definitely play this game with a controller on PC. I hate playing this game on my mouse and keyboard, to be honest. Yeah, I really don't like it. I feel like it's like There's a lot of buttons on keyboards, but that doesn't mean like the way you set up the keybinds is going to be comfortable to use. And I find it like really like clunky. So I honestly have found this game way, way, way more fun playing with my controller on PC. To be honest, way better.
I've had no problem playing with mouse and keyboard.
Same.
I don't have a problem. It's just it's a little annoying, I guess.
I haven't been annoyed playing with mouse and keyboard at all. I've enjoyed it. Actually.
All right, well, aren't you a special snowflake, Tefty? I'm recommending controller, and you can't do anything about it.
I know people who play controller. I tried a controller on PlayStation. It took me a little bit like less than an hour to get used to it, but it works fine. Like it's up to preference. If you guys like controller, go controller. If you don't mind mouse and keyboard, go mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I'm not saying like you have to play mouse and keyboard if it's available to you. I'm not one of those guys at all. I'm just saying that
I don't have a problem with keyboard, Blue.
I'm just saying that like for me,
I don't need any help.
For me playing it
with your controller.
For me playing it, I've had no problem whatsoever using mouse and keyboard, and I haven't been uncomfortable.
Samesies.
Yeah, and I've had other people say it works flawlessly with controller as well. So it's good both ways.
Both ways, I would still, from my perspective, I think controller is the way to go with this game. Personally,
cool.
I'm an MKB pleb apparently, but it feels bad, man. But controller, I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's game to game.
Like, try both.
You're good. You're not a pleb. It's just like you're more comfortable with it. So
yeah, it's like whatever you're comfortable with.
You play Overwatch. You play Overwatch with
pleb.
Controller? Huh?
No, mouse and keyboard, bro. Masters,
exactly.
bro.
So you're not a pleb. Then shut up.
Yeah,
I'm a pleb, bro.
You just prefer controller for this game. Man, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just. I think Blue needs a timeout. Oh my god. Yeah, the Fortnite's awesome, guys. Again, so $40 if you don't have a Founders Edition for Paragon. It's $60 and you get a few extra things. Do you get a code also to give away if you get the $60 version?
No, I think it's the Super Deluxe. So the way it works is standard, deluxe, Super Deluxe, and limited edition.
Yeah, then the $90 version, you get some extra things and a code to give away. That's one I actually bought because I don't mind giving them money to be like, hey, I like what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And they also have a secret edition, Tefty, if you didn't know.
What?
If you get the limited edition, right? The highest tier, another edition unlocks in-game for you to purchase. It's another $99.99, and it comes with so much more and another code.
Jesus, that is a lot of money.
It's called like the super limited edition. It's like
$250.
Yeah, it's like almost $300 invest in this if you love the game. I know people who've done it already. I know a lot of people from like my community who have already done it because they love the game just as much as I do. And that makes me happy. Like it makes me like it's a game that I thought about off stream because obviously we couldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really hope my community likes this. And thankfully everyone loves it. Like everyone is interested in the game. They're liking it, they want it, and that makes me so happy. This game is amazing, epic. If you ever listen to this, you guys are doing a fantastic job, and I'm looking forward to seeing what changes and what's added.
Yeah, me too. It's awesome. I dig it. I think that's the podcast, guys.
That is it.
Yeah, because Blue has to go and melt down. All right. I am Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at twitter.com/Teft, at Teft, whatever. Streams on twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. And the YouTube channel. All that action. Thanks for hanging.
And I'm Versus. You guys can talk to me on Twitter at VersusTheStream. Check out my daily live streams at twitch.tv/VersusTheStream, and check out my YouTube content on youtube.com/VersusTheInternet. Whatever.
My name is BlueWestlo. You can find me on youtube.com/BlueWestlo, twitch.tv/BlueWestlo, and twitter.com/BlueWestlo.
Hot damn. We'll see you next week, guys. Thanks. Bye.